Hey guys, in today's episode we celebrate Clash Royale's 3rd birthday. We have some of the most drastic balances ever, and the first female CRL Pro has been signed. All that and more in today's episode of Clash World. Hey guys, it's right here, and welcome back to another episode of Clash World. In this weekly show, we take a look at the most recent announcements from the Clash Royale team, the hottest topics in CR esports, as well as what's going on in the community. Then, we'll finish off the episode by breaking down the meta and featuring my off-meta deck of the week. If you're enjoying Clash Worlds, then please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified of every new video that comes out. Also, go check me out on Twitter. I'm pretty active on there now, so link to it will be in the description. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the first section. New in the Arena. New in the Arena is where we find out about what the Supercell team has been up to this past week. First things first, yesterday, March 2nd, marked Clash Royale's 3rd birthday. Wow, it has actually been 3 long years since this game has come out, and man, has it been a long journey. Personally, I started playing about a week after the global release. When did you guys start playing Clash Royale? Let me know in the comments section below. Anyways, to celebrate this amazing achievement, Clash Royale released quite a few new things. Let's take a look. First things first, we have a new challenge celebrating the anniversary, and this one's a 3-parter. The first one is a Retro Royale challenge, the second a Draft challenge, and finally we have a Modern Royale challenge, where you make a deck out of all of the new cards released in the game. Once reaching that 6 wins, you get this sick exclusive emotes. Speaking of new emotes, there's 2 more. The first one you can obtain from an offer in the shop. It's a pretty good deal, and seriously, Supercell has got their emote game on. The other one you could have won from a YouTuber stream just by playing in their tournament. However, these streams did present themselves with their own problems. With tens of thousands of people watching those streams concurrently, these 1,000-player tournaments literally filled up in seconds. In fact, as this Redditor calculated, approximately 46,000 emotes were distributed. Although I have no information on the current number of active CR players, but I assume it is still to be well in the millions, and giving away this little emotes relative to the number of active players for its 3rd birthday is mind-blowing to me. And as several other Redditors noted, I'm giving up. I've not succeeded in logging to a single tournament, even though I tried for each and every one of them, so thanks for nothing. In my opinion, Clash Royale should have at least been able to host 10k tournaments instead of 1,000, at least just for this one event. This would have allowed for quite a few more players to join and for an overall better experience. But wait, there's more. Supercell gave us free stuff. Yep, you heard that right. Supercell also gave us some free boosts that you can take advantage of in the ladder or in challenges. These boosts are actually so worth, and I'm super happy that they gave us this small token of appreciation. And of course, it's that time of month again, Balance Change Week. We've got some crazy reworks and changes this week, so without further ado, let's quickly go over them. Barbarians, hit points minus 13%, troop count from 4 to 5. This is a very similar change to an idea I had for the Barbarians in my last video. Now, these Barbarians will have 5 Barbarians instead of 4, but they will now be killed by a fireball. Honestly, this was a great way to nerf Battle Ram, Barb Hut, and Barb Barrel while buffing the Barbarians themselves, but you know, it does come with quite a few complications that I will go over later. Wall breakers, hit speed from 1.5 to 1.2 seconds. Alright, this change seems pretty solid as well. While it's not as drastic of a rework, now both wall breakers will connect to the tower if left ignored. This obviously makes it a lot more threatening, but do I honestly think they'll be meta? No, I do not. Bomb tower, added death damage bomb, deals 2 times the area damage. Ooh, this is definitely a very interesting change. The bomb tower with the death damage will definitely be super cool to play with. Again, not too sure if this will be meta since the bomb takes a little while to blow up and you're gonna have to place the bomb tower like right in front of a push, but you know, I could definitely see a synergy between this card and the NATO. Again, will it be meta? Still doubtful, but of course I could just be totally wrong. Expo, hit points plus 4%. I honestly don't agree with this change, even as an X-Bow player myself. It just makes the X-Bow a bit more tanky as a card, which I can sort of see why, but I feel like X-Bow could definitely make a comeback, especially with a ton of high-skill X-Bow players who had previously stopped playing the deck. Goblin Gang, Rascals, Bats, and Barbarians added a 0.15 second deploy time between troops. So this is basically a change that they did to the minion horde. Like them, their placement will now be staggered. This will basically be an overall nerf to bait in general, which I do quite like, especially with mortar bait being so prevalent and cards such as Goblin Gang being in so many different decks. This very slight tone down will make them a bit less effective and a lot easier to react to. So there we go, that was the March balance update. There weren't that many changes, but they were all super drastic, and I honestly think that it was an overall pretty solid balance, except for the X-Bow buff. I just don't feel like a direct buff was the way to go. Now that's gonna do it for New in the Arena. It's time to check out the Esports Update. The Esports Update is a segment where we take a look at the new and rising pro players as well as recent esports competitions. This week, the roster of CRL China has been announced. It has 8 teams: XQuest, Newbie, LGD, WE, JDG, Gen G, WEDGM, and Nova. Now, I won't go over all the players, but there are 2 notable changes. First, AUK, the player who played for the world champion Nova Esports last season, is moving on to Team LGD. Secondly, the first female CRL pro has been signed by Team WEDGM, and her name is Sia. Really looking forward to seeing how she performs, as well as the rest of the players as well. Now that we're caught up with the most recent esports news, let's check out the rising rumors. This week, the community seems pretty torn on the new balance changes, mainly the Barbarians. One post says they're taking Barbarians and making them better at what they're good at and worse at what they're bad at, creating a rock, paper, scissors. If you don't have Fireball, you're all out of luck, and Barbarians will be extremely strong. If you do, you're taking a +1 trade every time, and they're Fireball bait for a negative trade. Side effects include over-nerfing Battle Ram and killing an already underused Barbarian HUD. Another Reddit user, on the other hand, says this: I've been using Barbarians for a year, and this is not a nerf. This is a gigantic buff. Sure, they die to Fireball, but this mostly doesn't matter unless they use a predictive Fireball. But the card gets a 20% total DPS buff and a 9% total HP buff. This is huge. So I want to leave this discussion to you guys. What do you think about the Barbarian change? I'm really curious to see what you think in the comment section below. And of course, the balance change is coming tomorrow, so you will also be able to try this change real soon. Now, here's something else that's pretty major. On this tweet by Clash with Ash, he showcases all of the spawning formations of the new changes. And when he shows the Rascals, pay close attention, the girls actually spawn first. This is huge. This means that the Rascals are so much less effective when played reactively, since the girls will now be targeted first instead of the Rascal boy. Now that we've covered the trending topics in the community, let's go ahead and break down the meta. But of course, with balances coming into place tomorrow, and super influential balances to say the least, let's go ahead and predict how the new meta will shift after the balances set into place. First things first, P.E.K.K.A control and Lava Hound control will all still be popular decks in this meta. Like I keep saying, with their hardest counter, 3 Musketeers gone, these decks will continue to be effective unless some major shift in the meta happens. Next up, bait decks are definitely going to be a lot less effective. Not sure if they will be dead, but decks like Mortar Bait will definitely take a super huge hit without a nerf to the Mortar. X-Bow might see an increase in usage, although I doubt it'll be meta due to the prevalence of Royal Giant and Beatdown, and I think Snowball might actually take the Barbarrel's place as the best 2 elixir spell. So that's the new meta for you guys. Now let's check out the off-meta deck of the week. That's right, in each Clash Royale episode, we're going to be featuring one off-meta deck that works in the current meta. This week's deck was submitted by LM01, and it's an X-Bow control deck. In honor of the new X-Bow buff, of course, this X-Bow deck will just be a tad bit more effective in this new meta, especially with counters such as Barbarrel being nerfed. Now again, this is an X-Bow control deck, meaning that you will want to play a lot more slowly and passively, unlike a traditional X-Bow cycle deck. Focus more on defending and counter push with that X-Bow after defending a push. This deck looks a lot like a graveyard deck, so oftentimes the X-Bow can really throw your opponents off guard too. So, without further ado, let's get right into a battle. Alright, so hopping into this battle against Reagan's son from the clan Save That Money. Good luck to him. And let's see here. Starting off this match, we're going to wait, see if he's going to make the first move, and just play more reactively like you would with a control deck. So let's see here. Is he going to make a move? Come on, anytime. Okay, so there we go. He's going to go with a Royal Ghost. So let's just go ahead and go with an Ice Wizard right there. That'll go ahead and, you know, tank up that Royal Ghost. Actually, the Royal Ghost might kill that Ice Wizard. That's not good. But anyways, here he's going to go with Zappies in the back. So let's just cycle the Bowler. Royal Ghost will get a hit, but oh, okay. We're just gonna rocket that out. Okay, I don't want to deal with it. I mean, it's a 5 for 6 trade. Not the best, but again, we don't. Okay. Okay. Let's just go with a Mega Minion right here, and let's just go with a Log. We're gonna try and mitigate as much damage as possible, but not the best start at all. Yeah, definitely should not have played that Bowler against the Zappy. So that's something that I need to keep in mind. And here, I'm actually going to activate my King Tower right here. I can definitely take the hit. So, yeah, let's actually go ahead and just NATO that E-Wiz to the King's Tower right there. There we go. King's Tower activation. And now we'll have a much more effective way of dealing with his pushes. So anyways, like I was saying earlier, I'm now going to be very conscious and save my Bowler for his whatchamacallit. Okay, Ram Rider. So anyways here, unfortunately I screwed up the Ice Wizard replacement while talking right there. So he has a Magic Archer as well. Ice Wizard will connect to the tower for a few hits, but let's just go with the Baby Dragon right there, which will hopefully go ahead and take out that Magic Archer. Hopefully he doesn't protect it. Yep, he's just gonna let it go. And here, let's just go straight in with that Expo. See if we can get a lock onto the tower. No, he's gonna go with a Ram Rider. But let's just go ahead and log that out, reset its charge, and let the Expo DPS it down. Let's go with a Bowler onto that Lumberjack right there. Expo is gonna take that down. He's gonna go with a Barbell right there, and unfortunately, looks like that's gonna pretty much DPS down the Expo. But there we go, 60 seconds left. Expo is on the tower. I repeat, Expo's on the tower, getting so much damage, taking down a 1679, and right there, we are right back into the game. So let's see here. Let's go to the Mega Minion in the back. Obviously, we gotta save our NATO and our Baby Dragon for his Ram Rider, but let's just go ahead and go in with another Expo, try and get a lock onto the tower. He's gonna go with another Ram Rider in the opposite lane, and let's see here. Let's actually just rocket out that Ram Rider right there. Don't want to deal with it, and maybe this Expo still is gonna lock onto the tower. Let's go. Tower's going down to 1200, down to 1032 HP right there with 20 seconds left in normal time. So let's see here. Let's actually go with an Ice Wizard right there, which hopefully will pull that Lumberjack. Looks like, okay, let's just go with a Bowler to be safe. And yeah, let's actually just go in with another Expo. As you can see, we defended a push, and we've got an absolutely massive counter push with the Baby Dragon, with the Ice Wizard. He's forced to poison and Barb Barrel on defense. Unfortunately, that will take out the Expo, but hey, you know what? We are now in a damage advantage, so we are in a good position to finish off this game. So here, Ice Wizard down to distract that Lumberjack, and that should go ahead and take that out, especially with the help of that Mega Man and Baby Dragon in the back. Let's go with another Expo right there. He's probably going to Barb Barrel and Ram Rider. So let's see here. There's the Ram Rider. Let's try and go with a Bowler to try and reset its charge. And let's see here. Barb Barrel might target onto the Bowler, actually. So there we go. Bowler's going to chop right through that stuff. Expo's going to chop right through everything. Let's go with an Ice Wizard right there to slow down all this stuff, and there we go. The Expo's locked on the tower. That's going to be GG. There's nothing he can do, especially with that rocket, just to add insult to injury. So GG right there, beating one of the most effective Ram Rider decks in this meta. So there we go. That was the off meta deck of the week. I definitely recommend you guys give this deck a try. It's really good and really fun to play, especially with the new Expo buff. If you want to submit your own deck to be featured, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. But unfortunately, guys, that's all I've got time for in today's episode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below, as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendary, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time.